Alright guys, probably can't see, but we are on our way to go pick up something heavy. And pretty expensive, but let's go pick it up. Well, I got it exactly where I wanted it, but the old depth perception isn't what it used to be. But it's alright, didn't harm anything at all really. It just kind of scooped up underneath. I stopped right in time. No harm there. And just push this forward a little bit. Now I know some of you might be like, oh, you bent it. No, if you remember from the videos, this has been like that forever. So probably didn't help it, but this is something I had to cut off and fix anyway down the road, so no big deal there. All right, now get that thing off. The reason I wanted it right here, so I can double up on the ramps and it'll land right on the concrete. But I get to pull this uphill now slightly. I don't know, I'll figure something out. Probably. So far. Alright, I've just got to rig up the chains now. You can see I supported the tail end of the trailer just so it wouldn't put any adverse pressure on the beaver tail. I mean, it's built solid, but when I can take a precaution like that to not damage my equipment, I'm gonna do it. So, all right, let's get to rigging. All right. Maybe. Oh yeah. Wow, that's. I guess I just expected a little bit better packing. Or at least some foam or something. That is what is inside this box as it's shipped. All right. And there she is. Don't really know if that did its job or not, but it's the thought that counts. Really far to go with such little bracing and stuff. I don't know. I mean, cool. Now I gotta get all the cosmoline off. Just handles just rolling around in there. And here she is. If you've been wondering what was in the box the whole time, it is a very heavy 31-inch mill lathe combo. It is a Grizzly 9729, and by all means, feel free to do all the research you want on this or metalworking in general, on all the fun stuff you can build on a mill or a lathe or one of these. Ideally, this is going to be a whole different subject, but ideally you would want a separate mill and a separate lathe. But we're going to touch on all of the details about this one and the pros and cons, capabilities, and potential this thing has on the next video. I just wanted to get another video up real quick because it's been 2 months since I've uploaded. Happy New Year, by the way. It's almost the end of January. I had gotten very sick over the holidays. Nothing that half a bottle of Dayquil a day wouldn't fix. So now that my brain is completely fried, I've still kind of been in a rut for a while. So slowly getting back on board. I have been making progress on the Galaxy, don't worry. It's just taking a very long time because the paint remover does not work when it's 13 degrees out. So I bought a mill lathe combo. This was not so much a spontaneous purchase. There was a little bit of trepidation in this, only because the state of the economy potentially in the next year, this being January 2025, may or may not be that great. So something like this I saw easily almost doubling in price overnight for no tangible reason. But I had done a lot of research on these types of machines. I had been watching lathe machining videos probably forever. And this is, I think everybody that's ever picked up a wrench wants a 5-axis CNC machine, but you're talking $100,000 of nonsense. So we can daydream and we could make our dreams a reality by buying a more affordable version of that. I'm not too shy from machining. This is my machinist's hammer I made in a vocational school more than 20 years ago at this point. Quite beat up, but I still do genuinely use it. Aluminum handle with a brass head. Works best for hammering little nails in the back of cheap furniture you buy from Walmart. It's that stupid cardboard backing. It works perfect for that. This is me expanding my horizons by quite a bit. I've always wanted to be able to get into metal fabrication. I'm not just saying that. Like I said, I've been doing on and off research on what machine I want as my first machine for the last probably 5+ years. And even up to days before making this purchase, my mind hadn't been made up. You might have the same problem, but this is, I think, probably the best deal I could put together in my head, because the mill I want, ideally you want a separate mill, separate lathe, but the mill I want is capable of fly cutting cylinder heads. So that's a daydream. That's a $10,000 plus machine that I really wouldn't be able to move around myself. So that's neither here nor there as far as reality goes. That's more of a daydream. So in the meantime, again, I will touch on all these points on the next video. This is, for guys like me, I think this is the best option at the moment. This mill head does swing out of the way, by the way. I was planning on having the video set up a little bit better, but I'm tired. I just wanted to get to the point. So it's still on the ground on all the wood. I've got a bunch of stuff to move out of the way. This is where it's going to be, just up against the wall. I am buying a 60 by 30 by 30 pre-welded steel table. I could just build one. I've done structural welding on commercial automotive stuff for years. I'm perfectly capable of doing something like that. I've got the welder right there that can do like up to 1/2 inch. It's a 600 amp crazy thing. I got the 110 wired in right there. But it's just way more economical to just build one or to just buy one that's already put together and not have to worry about it. It's got like a weight rating of 3,000 pounds or something. Like, I don't know. And then trips to the distributor and having to deal with minimum lengths and stuff. I'll just buy one. There are lifting eyelets. You have to get 3/4 inch round stock. I'm just gonna order those online and just use them once and then probably turn them into something later. I'll probably have to remove that motor, but again, we're gonna get into all that on the next video. The next video, you will likely see this on a table and we'll be going from there. So just a quick point to make, if you're sitting here eyeballing this thing, studying on it, what you notice is something you probably didn't notice at first. The distance between the mill head and the bedway. Again, this moves out of the way, so that's not the point I'm making, but you have a 16.5 inch swing. With this kind of distance, now you're talking, you can put brake rotors on this, to machine hubs for custom projects. You can put flywheels on this. Now, you have slight other problems. Okay, well now your tool post is that much higher and everything. You talk about rigidity issues down the road. That's things you can shim up and fix as you need to. But again, this is all stuff we're going to touch on. But the point I'm trying to make is one more reason I bought this particular model, and there is a model below this that has the same swing. The next lathe that has this kind of distance is $12,000. You'll get to ones that are 11 inches, 12 inches, and back to 11 inches. And again, there are other lathe manufacturers. I could list a ton of them on the screen, but for what I paid for this, I really don't think I could have done much better. You could take 3 years to figure out what the perfect lathe combo or lathe mill is going to be, and you still not have your mind made up. But well, guys, as always, if you made it this far, thanks for watching. I hope this was somewhat entertaining. At least you got to watch me struggle and lug this heavy thing around for a whole day. But it's in here now. Next step is just getting it on the table that doesn't exist yet. And then we will watch as this thing takes my capabilities to a whole new level of wasting money on material when I screw things up and break bits. And I don't even have any cutting implementation for this yet. This is just out of the box. This is a whole new chapter by a large margin. So thanks for sticking around. Big thanks to all my new guys, my old guys. We're definitely trying to get out of this rut I've been in for, it seems like years. But at some point, I'm going to start churning out videos. I'm going to get my momentum back, and we're going to start actually doing stuff. And I cannot wait to be done with the Galaxy already. It's taking so long, but we will catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching.